Have you ever been surrounded by people and still feel completely alone? No war, no hunger, no power outage, just silence. Welcome to the Western world. Moving from Africa to the West feels like upgrading your phone from a Nokia keypad to the latest iPhone. Everything works faster, looks better, more expensive, but suddenly nothing is familiar and you're not sure even where the home button is. That's exactly how it feels. Today, we're talking about 10 things that shock Africans the most after moving to the Western world. No tourist version, not the Instagram version, but the real world experience. Okay, let's get to it. First off is loneliness. The loneliness is loud. What do I mean by that? Back home, privacy is a myth. Someone is always calling your name, checking on you, either a neighbor, a family member, or a stranger who somehow knows your name. In the West, you can live with someone as a neighbor for 5 years and never even know the name. No random drop-ins, no passing by to check on you. Nothing like when you're sick, somebody stopping by to say, "Hey, mommy, how are you feeling today? Do you want some soup? Have you eaten?" Nothing like that. You finally gotten the quiet and privacy that you wanted. And then realize the silence is screaming. Loneliness here isn't about being alone, it's about being unnoticed. Into the Western world, it is called respecting your privacy. Healthcare is advanced, but expensive. The hospitals are impressive. Sometimes it feels like a hotel. Like it is nice, very, very nice, impressive. Machines are beeping intelligently. Doctors are the best. They speak calmly, they know their stuff, they know how to treat you. Everything looks like a medical drama on Netflix. In Africa, you pray to God before treatment. But in the Western world, you pray after treatment. Why? Because after treatment, the bills are expensive. Time is treated like money. Time. Remember back home, there was this popular saying that they said, time is money. This is where it happens. Time is really money. In the West, 10 o'clock means 9:58. Sometimes 9:50. Most people show up 15 minutes to time. If you are late 5 minutes after time, you are considered irresponsible. You have to be on time. They don't play with their time. Things are moving according to time. So people schedule coffee, they schedule phone calls, they schedule even to have fun. Time is a currency wasted, and you are considered irresponsible, even if you had a good story explaining why you were late. No excuses. The fourth point, life is organized. It is organized, but exhausting. Everything works. Buses arrive on time, so you better not be late catching that bus. It's going to leave you behind. You have to be there before the bus arrives because it is moving on time. Systems are efficient, rules are clear, but somehow everyone is tired. You need an appointment for pretty much everything, the doctor, the haircut, everything. Spontaneity is considered a suspicious behavior. You cannot just show up to somebody's house like we do back home. You can just drop by. Oh, I was just strolling in the neighborhood. Hey, mommy. Hey, mommy, I was just passing by in your neighborhood and I just decided to knock on your door and check on you. No, you cannot do that here in the Western world. It's a no-no. Probably mommy is sleeping to go to the night shift. So if you are off on that day, that does not mean mommy is free. You need to schedule. I need to know you're coming. You cannot just drop down there because, oh, I'm a family member, I'm a best friend. No way. You have to come in when it's right. It has to be on schedule. Okay? You're constantly racing a schedule you didn't design. That's how the time is. The fifth thing, the cold weather. It is a personality test. Cold in Africa means just wearing a sweater. Cold in West means your bones are questioning your life choices. Winter doesn't care. He doesn't care whether you're from the sun. He doesn't care Whether you knew here, it is cold, your nose is runny, your skin is cracking, your happiness is seasonal. You need to wear layers upon layers of clothes and wear that big jacket. And my dear brother, my dear sister, you need to make sure your fingers are in the pockets. It is not fashion. It means protecting your fingers from the cold. Otherwise, you're going to get first bite. And that is no joke. So you learn quickly that depression can be weather related. Moving on to point number 6, work-life balance. The work-life balance everybody talks about, everybody's talking about it, but somehow everyone is always working. Emails after hours, deadline on holidays. I mean, stress is disguised as productivity. You have to be productive, and that causes stress because you have to keep up. And it's no joke keeping up. Back home, work support life. But here, your life must fit around your work. You're either working or you're not. And if you're not working, there's a high chance you could be homeless anytime soon. So you pick and choose your battle. You gain independence but lose rest. And suddenly, the weekends feels like the recovery periods, not joy. Back home, if you're working Monday to Friday, the weekends is like with Saturdays, especially in my country, my native country. Saturdays is funeral time. Somebody has lost something, or Saturdays are other activities. We're checking on other family members. Sundays usually for church. Dear Muslim brothers, Fridays they're going to the mosque to pray. But here you're working Monday till Friday, and the weekend you have to go do your grocery shopping. You have to get things done. There's little to no time to even rest. So when you get that chance, it's like you have to reset your body. So time is of the essence. 7, mental health. Mental health is taken seriously. Finally, in Africa, sadness is often dismissed. Especially in my culture, they'll tell you, "Oh, bemenzu, bemenzu." In a Western culture, men do cry. Men cry you, and that is okay. You can cry. You're allowed to show emotions. Children cry, women cry, men cry. Everybody cries, and that is okay. You can cry. You can cry. It's okay to show emotions. That doesn't mean you're weak. It is welcome. You express who you are, and there are systems in place to help you deal with that. So in Africa, they often say, pray, be strong. Others have it worse, just to try to encourage you. But in the Western world, mental health is real. It is respected and it is talked about. Therapy is normal, burnout is acknowledged, anxiety has a name. But here's the shock. You realize how much you've been carrying without the luggage for it. That is mental health for you. Healing begins, but it's uncomfortable. 8, bills are a lifestyle. There's rent, electricity bills. If you have your car, it's still in payment. There's car bills, insurance bills, parking bills, internet, phone bills, you name it, the list goes on and on and on. Bills don't rest. They don't negotiate. Like you can go back home, go to the market. Oh, I'm trying to buy a dress. Okay, they say, oh, the dress is 50 Ghana. Oh, well, let me give you 45 Ghana. Oh, then you keep bargaining. That can take you like 15 minutes trying to bring the price down. You can bargain your price down and finally pay like 10 Ghana. But here, what you see is what you get. If it's $100, $100 it is. Unless maybe it's they're doing a sales or a promotion, then you get some percentage off, or maybe buy one get one free. But otherwise, they don't know what bargaining is. You go, the price is labeled on the tag. Nobody's even standing there for you. You take it, go to the cashier, and pay the money. Period. In Africa, money circulates among people. Here, money disappears into the system. You don't feel rich even when you earn more because adulthood is now subscription based. You don't feel rich even though you earn more. That's the truth. 9, food culture shock. The grocery stores are very, very beautiful. They're nicely decorated. You walk in and you're like, wow, these foods are living in nice buildings. So they're nicely organized, colorful, beautified. It is so nice to look at. And mostly they're refrigerated. Back home, our fresh fruits are lying in the open in the sun. You can go buy it. I mean, that's how it is. But the processed foods are expensive back home. Ironically, in the Western world, is the opposite. The fresh fruits are called organic and it's more expensive compared to the processed food. So it's cheaper on the processed ends, more expensive with the fresh ends. And the things are very cold. Everything is refrigerated. Pretty much fruits that grew under the sun are now stored in refrigerators. You're amazed by the variety, but confused by the flavor sometimes. Food is safe, clean, and regulated, but somehow less alive because some of them are genetically modified, they're GMOs. The 10th thing, your accent becomes your identity. Sad but true. You speak English fluently, you think you got this, that's why you're moving to the English speaking world, wherever you're going, francophone speaking, French speaking. But then suddenly you open your mouth to talk, and then you're like, where are you from? I mean, no, where are you from? Sometimes they'll get close to you and bring their ears close to your mouth just to catch what language you're speaking. You're like, I'm speaking English, yes, they know, but they're trying to catch the words because you have an accent. You have an African accent, and that is what it is. Just simply have to work on it, try to adjust, try to learn your accent. It's going to take time. Things are going to take time to adjust. Your intelligence is questioned, your your competence is doubted, your accent enters the room even before you do. Over time, you learn to code switch to soften your voice. That that also becomes a challenge for Africans because we're used to being loud. Like we're loud back home. Like your neighbors are speaking, you're in your house, you can hear your neighbor talk. Even the cock crows, especially those of us that grew up in the villages, the cock will crow to wake you up. You're gonna hear the cock. Sometimes you hear the goats going mad because if you're living close to some small scale farmers, you're gonna hear the goat going doing their mad stuff. Things are loud. You can be on the phone and screaming and all that. But here, when you do that, everybody's gonna be like, "What is going on? What? Why are you so loud? You cannot be loud. You need to learn to tone it down, tone it down, soften your voice, and also to explain yourself twice. Sometimes you just have to explain yourself twice. You say, they're like, what did you say? You have to repeat it. Not because you're wrong, but because you sound different. So moving to the Western world is not a failure or a success. It is a trade-off. You gain structure, you lose community, you gain opportunity, and you lose familiarity. And somewhere between convenience and culture shock, you begin to redefine who you are. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed, lonely, grateful, tired, excited, confused, all at once, you're not broken. You're not losing your mind. You're just adjusting. And that, my friends, is called migration. So thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this, share, subscribe, and give us a like it, and give us a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and God bless.